So in this tournament, I ended up playing against Niabanh, who plays Makoto in, I think it was winners semifinals, so kind of early in the tournament. And this is the first run back that we've had since TSB 5 months ago, where I lost to him in grand finals. So in terms of matchup, much like Dudley, Makoto is a character that is very strong offensively and defensively, and overall pretty balanced. And I would say her only weakness is her mobility, which is not bad, but in a way, it is more decision-based than reaction-based compared to some characters. So her dash and her options in the air are crazy strong, but her walk speed is pretty bad. So if you pay attention to the distance between the characters, and if you react accordingly, you can sort of create favorable solutions for you, as opposed to facing her head-on. So yeah, it's a tricky matchup. It's very much, again, decision and momentum based. But I enjoy it, especially playing against him because he has really good reading, and I think I do too. So our matches are always interesting, always fun to watch. I did not have a clear plan to win, even after losing to him at TSB. I think my focus was more on trying to play the right way, not making too many mistakes, because it only takes one mistake to potentially lose the round. And I was trying to follow his attack pattern on defense, because sometimes it's going to happen that you get knocked down or they get close to you, and then you're going to have to make a choice. And if you didn't pay attention to what they've done before or what they might be trying to do, you will not get many opportunities. So yeah, this is, it's starting pretty well. I'm winning the first game here. I remember thinking that the mistake I made at TSB was trying to force the game, trying to force opportunities, going right at him, instead of letting him make more mistakes first. So I did make some adjustments, but I didn't have a clear plan for what to do. Like, run away or build, be aggressive. I think I was trying to play a bit of more defensive play style, but that's not the play style I'm best at. Although I'm playing pretty reactively here, so that's good. But see, when I get stuck, thankfully I got out, but you can lose really quickly against her, so you have to pay attention. He's being impatient, trying to avoid command grab, so I'm trying to make the most of it. But here, once he has a full meter for Sage Sen, it's really tricky. Thankfully that worked, because I thought I might have been a bit too far to land the lunge punch. Sometimes that happens. If he spaces the sweep right, then I can't use lunge punch, and I still tried to. Although, a big mistake I made here was losing Ganagin pressure, which is pretty much guaranteed when they get knocked down. I lost 2 parries. So, the note I made was to try and go for safer strings. I can't remember if I did. But, he also knows that I don't want him to neutral jump in the corner, because that gets him out. And Makoto is one of the only characters for whom jumping out of Ganagin is probably a good option if she manages it. Here, see, I made the same mistake of losing my Ganagin pressure to wake up parry, which was not good. He's playing very risky here with those EX Shoryuken, I can't remember the game, EX Fukage, which will work if I try to jump or dive kick, and I think that's what he's aiming for. He thinks I'm going to dive, and sometimes I think I did, but in this case I didn't. See, I'm trying to anti-air, but sometimes it's difficult because her Tsurugi in the air, see, that's the great example of what I was talking about. Like, he pretty much nullified the Ganagin just by jumping a couple of times and using different timings with jumping medium kick or jumping Tsurugi or sometimes even parrying. He's really good at that. And, once the bar runs out for Ganagin, that's done. That's pretty much what happened here. Even though I had another one charged up, he did a really good job of defending against Ganagin, which is difficult, to be fair. So, at this point, I'm wondering what I should do. It's 1-1. I'm just trying to remember the options he's using on my wake up. And does he have any tendencies? And also, what are the ways that I can mitigate risk? attacking as safely as possible and not get knocked down. Although it's pretty hard because at some point it's going to happen. And he's really good at making the most out of opportunities. That was also a bad dive kick. I didn't think I'd get punished by Karaksa, but I did, and I probably shouldn't have done it there. And see, right away, it's pretty much, I mean, I did have a couple of chances to guess right, but it's very much stuck, it's stacked against you. And one mistake was that dive kick. But see, he's trying to force offense by dashing right away. Here, I also knew he was going to jump, so I tried to mix up what I was using as anti-air, and it worked out. And the reward is really good for me if he jumps and I can, hit him when he's in the air. And here, thankfully, he didn't use his super, because that would have been trouble. Yeah, I'm trying to prevent him from jumping at that point. I think that was the key point. If medium punch had worked, he would have won the game, I think. And at this point, he missed the link. This is a hit and confirm, but for some reason, he missed it. And I feel like I have a pretty good chance now because he doesn't have super. He's probably not going to get it in this round. And I almost have a bar for Ganagin. So he's jumping again. I get him. I think he's jumping too much to defend. Like sometimes it's fine, but you have to mix it up. Oh, I missed my ender, which is really bad. I'm trying to get meter as quickly as possible. Seems to be working out. I think he's trying to parry. I'm going to activate again. Gets the parry, but not the punish. I think that works. Sweep. So maybe he was a little late, and maybe I got a little lucky. And at this point, he's gonna have to make something happen, which he does because he gets the Karaksa, which is amazing. And at this point, I just use the EX up kicks, and that resets. He didn't go for the kill right away because I think he knew it wouldn't do enough damage. So he tried a few mix-up with the overhead, and thankfully at this point I knew he was sort of overextending on these mix-ups, and it worked at the beginning of the game. But I felt like, okay, he's not putting in delays, he's not using option select parries, so I might as well go for the EX up kicks right away. But that was risky. It worked out, but that's risky. But you have to take risks. I want to stress that, if you want to beat Makoto, you can't play 100% safe. You have to read as much as he does. And thankfully, this time it went my way.